name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So if you are not a stranger to my channel, you know there's something I actually have a personal, what's the opposite of a pet peeve? A pet love? A pet love. I actually have a pet love, something I actually adore. Other than Doctor Who. I adore Doctor Who, okay? That's more than pet love. That's like a weird, self-defining reality that like permeates my every waking existence. So there is that. No, one of my pet loves is Dr. Alex's season 12 and season 13. So what is season 12, season 13? Well, this is season 13. It's a book. It's a book. It's also a book on tape, which is free. Okay, and listen, we all fall into stereotypes. I am Jewish, right? I am a rabbi. It's free. You had me at free. You know, there is a story told. It's called a midrash, which is kind of like a apocryphal tale, where God goes to all the different nations of the earth, and he says, "Do you want this thing called the Bible? Do you want it?" And they go to, one nation really likes raping. Says, "What's it saying?" It says, "Well, you can't rape." Said, we're not that interested." Another nation really likes theft, and it says, "What's in it?" It says, "That thou shalt not steal." No, we're not interested. Don't want it at all. Another nation really likes murder. It says, "Thou shalt not kill." I said, "Okay, well, there you go. We don't want that." So they come to the Jews, right? They come to the Jews and they say, we have this thing called the Bible. Would you like it? And the Jews don't go, "What's in it?" We go, how much? Yeah, how much? How much are these commandments that you're offering us? And God goes, "They're free. You don't have to pay a penny," which is actually a lie. It's a freaking fortune being religious. Okay, let me tell you, it's all this stuff you got to get. Doesn't matter. But anyway, it's free. So for the point of the story, it's free, right? And then the Jews go, a commandment is free. We'll take 10, baby. We'll take 10. So again, it's free. Go check it out. For me, that's just a winning thing. But it's actually very good as well. So what is it? It's season 12 is essentially a season of Doctor Who. It's a very traditional Russell T Davies. It's weird saying traditional and Russell T Davies together. Well, this is coming up for Russell T Davies, volume 2. I guess we can. It's a very traditional Russell T Davies type of season. It's has an overarching story, an arc with individual stories, and I think one or two or three parters. One really good one. I really like the one set on Old Mondath, and he really does a wonderful bit of world building in there. But what he really nails is a Capaldi-esque Doctor. It's Capaldi's voice. He really 100% nails it, right? His voice and his mannerisms. And it's very good. It's very clever, and I liked it a lot. Also, it acknowledges what we've seen on screen since Capaldi left, and then just pushes it aside. Just listen to the first episode, right, of season 12, which does it just beautifully. Absolutely beautifully. If that doesn't drag you in, then it's not for you, right? But it really dragged me in, and I really loved it. So now he's on his second season, season 13, which is in a bit of it took a week off last week. He's releasing it one episode, one chapter a week. So he took a week off. We're about halfway through. So I thought it was a good time to do a recap of everything. So you can jump on it when it comes back. He drops it on Saturday night in a very traditional fashion, right? It's actually, as I said, very good. It's the best way I can describe it. Before we get into it, can you hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons? They are all fantastic things to hit. Thank you very much. Comment, let me know what you think. But mostly, go listen to it. The links are in the note. Honestly, go listen to it. It's really great. Fine. So season 12 was essentially, the overarching thing was a kind of an advanced science Lovecraftian threat called these bulk entities that lived outside of reality. And when they intersect with reality, you got these wonderful horror tropes. So that was basically the setup for season 12. So season 13, it starts off that it's basically an epilogue for season 12. And it's the Doctor and Romana. Now, on the book on tape, he has a femme fatale read Romana's role. She reads it with a thick, I'm going to say Hungarian, but I know I'm wrong, European accent, right? And it took me a long time to get used to it. Very easy on the eye. Let me tell you, she looks like Romana, right? She 100% looks like Romana. By the way, who is your favorite Romana? I think it's hands down Mary Tam. Mary Tam is, of the on-screen Romanas, certainly I think she's the way hotter Romana, and also the way less irritating Romana. Like, I stopped buying Gallifrey because I'm just sick of Lala Ward huffing and sighing into the microphone at me. I'm like, really? I don't need to pay for this, right? I don't need to pay for somebody being ticked off at me in a belittling way. So yeah, but this Romana, it's as it is. It's she looks the part. It took me a long time to get used to it. Now I'm used to her. It's fine. But also the dialogue is Romana. You can feel that this is, and it's a new incarnation of Romana, and it works very well with the Capaldi Doctor. Also, K9's in it. Also working very well, Capaldi Doctor, who just loves being the Doctor. So it starts off, the first part is basically wrapping up. It's an epilogue for the last season, putting all the things back from these bulk entities back to where they were. And now the universe is hopefully not being destroyed. Romana is ticked off that they always go to Earth, right? That's basically the thing that drives it. And so Capaldi's Doctor just takes the piss in the way only Capaldi's Doctor can do. Says, I'm going to take you to the other side of the universe. We're going to do something totally not Earth, and takes it to a place which is akin to... Do you ever see that Star Trek episode where they go to the gangster planet because somebody left a gangster book out and everybody became gangster? Which actually, that was the going to be the template for the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek. Which, oh man, just on the side, Apple TV Plus, buy CBS, it's in the back of your couch, okay? The money, buy it, take Star Trek, and just make that, and we'll all subscribe to your service, okay? We'll do it. Get rid of Discovery, get rid of all that bollocks, right? And just have that. That's an aside, as I said. So he takes it to this planet, which is, if you ever read 2000 AD in the 80s, they did this great riff, which apparently is something that inspired him. Because I mentioned it in my first review. He said, "Oh yeah, that is something that definitely inspired me." When he goes to like this alien sector of the universe, which has been infected with like turn of the century British culture. So you have these aliens all dressing up as like 19th century figures in 19th century dress, but with science fictiony spaceshipy stuff. So yes, so this is about 20 years. So now we're in like the 20s, 30s, kind of a flapperish world. And again, the world building in this is fantastic because you've got all the tropes you love. You have, Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who, science fiction. It all marries together perfectly. If they ever did the TV version of this, I would love to see Philip Hinchcliffe produce this because it's very Robert Holmesian in that the horror they do in this is really traditional and chilling horror, which again, I know I keep going back to Rusty Davies going back to Doctor Who. I might not have done in this video, I just recorded another video, but I'm so excited about it because they say they want to make it scary, and I think this is something that I found quite scary in parts throughout, which I really enjoyed. So anyway, so they go to this other part of the universe, which is essentially aliens dressing in a turn of the century or 1920s kind of thing, with everything in that kind of 1920s design aesthetic, but science fiction-y, right? And so again, it really worked. But Romana's like, this is bullshit. What? And she's like, this seems a bit Earth-like to me. This seems a little bit Earth-like. And he's the Capaldi's Doctor's like, I don't know what you're talking about. We're totally different. So he's taking the piss the whole time. So it's they end up at a dinner party at a museum. So what Alex is doing here, he's setting himself the things that people are saying are the constraints for Chris Chibnall writing Doctor Who Flux, and he's using them and writing a glorious story, right? A really fun, glorious story. It's one narrative. They're not individual episodes, which is what season 12 was. And also, there's lots of... This is a character piece. There's lots of characters. People say, well, Christian, he can't serve all the characters. There's just too many of them, right? No, this is a full cast of characters. All of them three-dimensional, all of them well realized, and all of them you care about and are interested in. So essentially, it starts off there. They end up in this museum where they're having a dinner party, hosted by Sir Arthur Buckham, who is everybody is exactly as they sound. He's played by Doomcock, the YouTuber Doomcock, in the Book on Tape version. He's really really good. So he's like this old lord. He's the curator in charge of an expedition to Cairo, which is not Cairo as we know it, but the planet Cairo. So there's lots of, again, Holmesian Egyptology, think pyramids of Mars. There's lots of that stuff going on, but with like a modern day budget, right? Okay, so much the same as was it Mummy on the Orient Express, right? That's the vibe of this thing, but imagine it a bit more alieny than humanly, and it's actually quite a bit better than Mummy on Orient Express. Although I think that's probably one of the best episodes of that season. So he's had this expedition of and rum things are going on. Somebody who helped help fund it is the evil Dr. Nagati, the evil Dr. Nagati, who becomes the main villain of the piece. And rum things are going on. So at this dinner party, you have all the characters assembled. You got Professor Lou Harbour. Professor Lou Harbour is the academic behind the these expeditions. So she's the one who really again has the academic knowledge. She's kind of like a 1920s version of I don't want to say progressive liberal because she's sane and she's a character that you like, but she's an archetypal flapper essentially. But she's very much into like suffrage and women's rights and things like that. But not very much. Again, imagine this is a Agatha Christie play pastiche in space. Okay, so that's essentially who she is. You've got this American or this guy from the was it Amarik, the island of Amarik, private investigator Nathan Ivan is he's very like Sam Spady type character. You've got Penny and Timmy Cowley, who are essentially the Agatha Christie husband wife crime fighting duo, Tommy and Tuppence. What they called Tommy and Tuppence. I can't remember the last name. Tommy and Tuppence. They're crime fighting duo. You have then you got the evil Doctor Nagati is another recurring character. So anyway, so these characters are all together. They're discussing these this bizarre goings on in their expedition to Cairo, and then they're attacked by mummies, right? And it's like the Doctor and Rana somehow ingrace themselves into that. They're attacked by mummies. There's a great chase scene. So it goes from like this world setting to a little bit of exposition to great action scenes. There's a lot of great action sequences in it. One of I'm giving some spoilers, but just so if you want, you can jump in on episode 7, which again is coming out tomorrow night on Saturday. It'll be Saturday, December 18th. If you're looking at this in the future, you always got to remember that when you're making it. Where was it YouTube video? And I think that's the point where Professor Harbour gets her arm withered by putting it into a sarcophagus-like thing, and again, you don't know really what's going on. So they go to investigate the evil Dr. Nagati's home in Dulwich, and you find out he's a pretty much a ne'er-do-well, that he's not very popular in his local place. More zombies, more monsters. Again, Robert Holmesian horror over and over and over again, which I really, really like. Eventually, they end up on these. It's basically a train, but it's a spaceship, but it's an airship sort of thing, which they know the evil Doctor Nagati is on, and then you get a whole bunch of new characters, which is essentially the Navy Lark crew, right? The sub lieutenant was it Leslie's is in charge, who is essentially Leslie Phillips, Leslie Phillips from the Navy Lark, and the captain. What's the captain's name? And then also you got another recurring villain. Was it Maradina Della Mea, who is one of the devils of the sea? This is a species that he's used before. So she's kind of working for the evil bulk entities that be on which Dr. Nagati is enslaved to. He's resurrecting dead people. He's using technology himself to make him functionally immortal. But she's kind of working for herself, but you get the feeling that she's going to be dragged back into doing whatever evil entities of the bulk will want them to do. So it basically ends up they finally catch up with Dr. Nagati at the end of episode 6. And he escapes the airship they're on, I believe. And again, it's dramatic. Great set pieces, like lots of really, really great set pieces. On the way, we've had some deaths. Was it Penny? Penny's been killed by this point. Spoiler alert, I should have said that before I said that, but she's dead now. But that's redefining Timmy's character. He's a much more darker character now. Nathan has a close encounter with Meridan Delamere, I think it's her, who's a femme fatale that's left him very, very shaken. And again, they got a better idea of who they're chasing and what's going on now. And basically, I think they're about to arrive in Cairo, with the planet Cairo, probably spelt with a K, as far as I remember. But as I said, great characters, great character pieces, really enjoyable. If you're off over Christmas, this is a great book on tape I can recommend. It's a great book I can recommend. Go check it out. Honestly, I really, really love it when fans create stuff. Even in Doctor Who I don't like. I still get Doctor Who magazine, and I look at the fans drawing pictures of Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, and I can't stand Jodie Whittaker's Doctor, but I love fan creativity, and I love it so much better when it's professional and it's actually very, very good. This is by far, and I said this all the way through Doctor Who Flux, by far the best Doctor Who being produced right now. Better than anything from Big Finish, and they actually had a couple of good releases this month. Better than anything from Big Finish. Certainly better than anything on TV. If you like your Capaldi Doctor Who, this one is something you should really go check out. I recommend it. Really, absolutely, wholeheartedly. It's absolutely fantastic. Go check it out. Links in the video notes, and jump on board. New episode Saturday. Next one will be Saturday, December 18th. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.